Today on Moe's Toy Room, we're going to unbox from Mcfarlane Toys in their Mortal Kombat 11 line. Here comes Shadow of Spawn.
You seem so familiar. By the look of you, like watching minions. Round 1, fight.
Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Moe's Toy Room, come from my room to yours. And today we're going to take a look at Mortal Kombat 11 Shadow of Spawn from Mcfarlane Toys. This beauty is for ages 14 and up, comes with 22 points of articulation. And this figure is really nice. You can see Shadow of Spawn kicking back behind his window of pain, locked in his plastic prison, as he had finally made it here to Moe's Toy Room amongst his brothers and sisters in the Mortal Kombat line and in Spawn line in general. He tends to bring his chains with spears and everything else on the end of those. Looks like he has a stand. Beautiful cape. This figure is a knockout figure and knocks it out the park. $19.99, available right now on Amazon. Turn it to the side of the box. Mcfarlane Toys, Mortal Kombat 11. You can see right there. You can see even right there they do the Mortal Kombat dragon that goes through there. You can see it just goes all the way around that box art. And then they got my man Scorpion on the back of this to save some extra money on packaging. The people at Mcfarlane Toys has done that. For that way they could get us this figure out for a really good price of $19.99. Hey, I'm not going to complain because these figures have been knocking it out the park as of late. Side of the box right there, you can see a side art of Scorpion. Alright folks, tail of the tape. Spawn is checking in slightly under 7.5 inches tall. And that's only because I have his legs spread just a little bit, or else he'd be very close to 7.5 inches tall. But yeah, he's pretty much almost on the money at 19 centimeters. You can see the Spawn is very beautiful. The wash, the colors, everything about it screams Spawn. But more importantly, this is something that Mcfarlane is getting back to in his old ways that we love about Spawn. That is the chains. So you could use these to either put these on his hands, or he has an area on his back that you can see the holes right there. You could stick them right in there and they will mount right on, and you could just mess around with this thing. Really cool. The Spawn's real cool. It tends to bring two of them. I thought that it was one solid chain, but it wasn't. And I will tell you folks, it was a pain in the butt to get these out of package, because there was so many ties all over them. I would have been here all day trying to get this thing out of the package. So I give it up to the people that had to pack these. Great job, guys, because you guys must have took the time to do it, and for a price point of $19.99. I don't know how Mcfarlane pulled this off, to be honest. These are a very nice, soft, molded plastic material, but very pokey. So be careful around children. The colors are real nice. The silver color just matches it, matches his belt, matches his chain that goes across the top of his cape that links onto the two Spawn skulls right there. Very nice. The figure can be pokey. So right here on his gauntlets, on his arms, it's very pokey. And right here at the leg, the lower leg area with his booted foot right there, it could be, it's not as pokey as this or the chains, but it can be pokey. So please be careful around children. Let's give this beauty a turn, and then we're going to take a close look at Spawn. You can see it. Look how beautiful this thing is. They did an excellent job over at Mcfarlane Toys. The wash on this cape is just effortless. I mean, the way that they did this just screams Spawn. Absolutely love it. Thank you so much, Todd McFarlane, for releasing this figure. This could have been an actual just Spawn figure by itself. It didn't even have to be in the Mortal Kombat line. This figure is really super nice. Yeah, just have nothing better else to say about it. You could see all the colors. Let me get this beauty up close so you can see the face. Look at the piercing eyes on that, and the way that His gear is on his helmet, well, on his mask. Just everything is just etched in just perfectly. I love this piece. Definitely one that's going to be the Spawn figure, I think, maybe of the year. It's one of the runner-ups. This figure's really nice. But you have to add in, when you do for figures of the year, you have to add price versus actual item that you get more bang for your buck. This is all bang for the buck right here. McFarlane Toys has done it. All right, folks. So let's get this review started with this Spawn figure. His head does look down real nice. Does look up. It could probably even go higher. Hits that Michael Myers side to side. And this is all with this soft molded cape right here. You can see very soft material, but this cape can be quite heavy. And what I failed to mention in the beginning is, look, this beauty just stands on his own. But if you don't want him to, if you want to take the cape off or whatever, before I move on with this, before I forget, he does bring a stand included with the figure. You can see right there with the Mortal Kombat in the back. So let's get back to this review. All right, so look at this. The shoulders go up even above 90. You can see that butterfly cup joint that just lurks right there that allows that. Look how nice that is. Look at this, how this thing moves. Really nice. That one comes out a little bit, but I think because they used a longer, probably dumbbell joint up in there to hold it, to give it that posability. And I seen that on one of their last figures that they did with the Batman Who Laughs. Actually, they didn't even include the butterfly cup joints on the Batman Who Laughs. They just used that new joint that was in there, and it works out perfectly. Just really nice up, down, forward, and back movement. If you hold this right here, let me pardon my fingers. I don't mean to get them in the way, but he does have a very stiff bicep swivel. So it's pretty stiff, but it's only because it's a new mold. Mold is very new, and you could feel it amongst it. He's probably going to make a lot of use out of this mold, because this one's really screams McFarlane Toys Spawn all the way. All right, so double jointed elbows. You can see that all the way up. He has that extenders piece right in there. Super nice. Loving this piece. Same as the other arm. Even with all this hardware on there, he still makes it happen. But just be careful. Look at it. Look at it. Even the detail on the back right there. You can see he has a piece of chain that's just hanging off right there that just got broken off somewhere. They just did it. Look at that. Super nice detail. The more I look at the figure, the more detail it has. I can't even tell you how great of a figure this is. All right, so let me move my fingers out the way a little bit. Look at that. Effortless hand movement. Really nice. Moves around. Even though this piece gets in the way, but I would rather have the piece on than have a hand. Obviously, you know the hand can move, but even though the piece is on there, I am not going to complain, because that piece just looks really nice. It's definitely screams Spawn, this and this. All right, so then you have here, and then here goes a hand that we might be able to get something out of. Look at that. Look at that joint. That hinge ball joint right there, really cool. Works real well on this figure. All right, so on this very imposing looking Spawn, right here below his chest, yes, look at that. He has swivel at the chest. He also has swivel at the waist. And then even though he has those chains right here, these are soft molded plastic. Very nice. A lot of people are going to be saying, oh, I wish he had real chains, real chains. Real chains on this particular figure, I don't feel would actually work due to the fact of price point and more availability for this figure. And then plus you need them to match these. So these just match those and those. And they just work out perfectly. The only thing I wish that they would have done was maybe colored in the eyes a little bit, maybe on his belt, and maybe on here dropped a little color to match his eyes there. But I think that I could be over doing it right now by saying that, because then it would take away from those piercing looking green eyes. So I'm going to go back on my word and say I'm glad they left it without painting any eyes on there. All right, so he can get the running pose. Super nice sidekick on this figure. You can see the bottom of that, how that mechanism works throughout. This figure's very durable, and you can see it. And I'm glad that it just levels out, and the cape just balances this figure out to stand on its own. Really, really nice. And then you're looking at hip movement. It does have some hip movement. And obviously you can see the double jointed knees right there. I know it's going to be stiff in the beginning, but yeah, you could see that. Because it's a new figure, folks. So you can't expect it. You got to break it in. All right. Really cool. I like the way that his pouch looks right here on the side where he is going to hold on to stuff. They even were kind enough to put a wash on that. And they also put some silver color throughout there to let you know as to where the things are to open it, where he could just grab it and open it, grab what he needs. But also right here, let's go right below. There is no swivel below the knee at all, or at the knee. So you're wondering, with feet power, feet do go down. This one won't go up. This one does go up, but that's only because of this. And then you can move the feet side to side. I don't get no tilt rocker out of this. And then he has toe bend. You can see that. And then look at this, folks. On this figure, just stands right on his own. So you want to see the figure from the back. That's pretty much how he looks. They even extended all the detail and color throughout the back. Look at that. It even goes inside that swivel that's in there. That's how great of a job they did on the figure. And look at the detail. There's also a skull on the back of that chain there. And you can even see all the linkage and parts for the belt right here on the back of his gear right here that he carries some stuff in. This figure's just a beautiful piece for the price. Here's how he looks with mounted chains on. Yeah, I can't even, I'm just speechless. This figure is just doing all the checkpoints for me. Nothing went wrong. The figure is pretty much perfect for the price. Another runner-up. I said it with the Batman Who Laughs, could be a possible runner-up for Action Figure of the Year. Out of all the figures that I've reviewed this year, I've already gotten over a handful of them, and so far the Batman Who Laughs is in there, the one that I did before this, a little over a week ago, but this figure I think is even better than the Batman Who Laughs. All checkpoints on this are pretty much perfect. McFarlane, you guys knocked it out the park. I'm sure you're always going to get those people that tend to disagree, but you have to add price in here. This is all bang for your buck, and this beauty is available right now on Amazon. Here he is amongst his brothers and sisters from Mortal Kombat. You can see there. Like I said, this ain't all my Mortal Kombat figures. We have a lot more. As you could tell, I cannot put any more in here. But yeah, we are huge Spawn fans in this house. Always have been since McFarlane has come out. It all started with the comics, and then all of a sudden they popped up in the 90s and just started rivaling Star Wars and just everything else, and Power Rangers in the toy aisles of Toys R Us. Some of us that got a chance to go through that in the 90s, it was a beautiful time, a very beautiful time, especially when we got to see Spawn come out for the very first time. But that's how he looks amongst his brothers and sisters. He's perfect. But all in all, Spawn checks in on all the checkpoints, folks. Yes, definitely get out there and pick this figure up as soon as you can before they become very hard to find. now that the holidays are roaming in. All right, folks, so please like, share, subscribe, hit that bell for notifications so that way you know when the next video like this one hits. Follow us on Instagram at MOE'S Toys. That's MOE'S, MOE'S Toys on Instagram. You can also follow us on TikTok. If you're a TikTokaholic, you love watching TikTok, we have some videos right there too. MOE'S Toy Room. And right here on YouTube, folks, we are MOE'S Toy Room. So from MOE'S Toy Room to yours, subscribe today so that way you don't miss another video coming your way. Good night, everyone.